If your Airbnb used to feel like easy money and now feels like a second job, this video is for you. You're not managing poorly. The market shifted, and today, a lot of short-term rental investors are quietly looking for a way out. Here's what actually changed and what the smartest operators are doing instead. Across most mid-size markets, three things happened at the same time. Inventory exploded. More listings mean more competition, which means more discounting to stay booked. Guest expectations went up. Faster responses, hotel-level amenities, spotless turnovers. All of which adds coordination and cost to your week. And local regulations kept tightening. Caps, bans, registration requirements, minimum stays. Even if you're compliant today, the rules can change faster than your pricing model. Stack those together and you get the squeeze. Lower rates, higher costs, more work, and growing regulatory uncertainty. And here's the part that trips people up. Your gross revenue can look fine while your actual net income quietly deteriorates. Cleaning, supplies, repairs, downtime between guests, admin time. Turnover is the silent killer of short-term rental margin. And when occupancy softens even slightly, all those fixed costs hit harder. So instead of asking, how do I get more bookings, ask a better question. What housing model produces stable monthly income without depending on peak weekends? That question is exactly why a lot of former Airbnb operators are taking a serious look at sober living real estate. Here's the core difference in how the math works. Airbnb underwriting looks like this: nightly rate times occupancy times 365. Sober living underwriting looks like this: number of beds times monthly rate times stabilized occupancy. Take a 5-bedroom property. As an Airbnb, you're chasing nightly ADR, managing seasonal swings, and eating turnover costs between every single stay. As a sober living home, that same property generates $700 to $900 per bed per month, sometimes more in higher demand markets. That's $3,500 to $4,500 or more in monthly gross income from a property you already own without a single checkout workflow. And because residents typically stay weeks to months instead of nights, your turnover costs drop dramatically. Fewer cleans, fewer gaps, fewer headaches. Now, here's the piece that really separates the two models: where demand comes from. Airbnb demand is discretionary. Travel slows, bookings drop. Your occupancy lives and dies on tourism, events, and your review score. Sober living demand is referral-driven. Treatment centers, hospitals, courts, and social workers are actively placing people in quality recovery housing year-round. Build trust with those referral partners, and your occupancy becomes far less dependent on marketing. That's a fundamentally different business. One is hospitality, the other is structured housing. And in most mid-size markets right now, structured housing is winning. Let's talk about regulatory risk for a second, because this matters. STR is a permission-based business. Local governments can cap it, ban it, or enforce it into irrelevance, and they have been. Your entire operation depends on rules that can change. Recovery housing operates in a different legal environment. It's supported by federal disability housing protections under the Fair Housing Act. That doesn't mean zero friction. Local rules still apply. But it does mean a more defensible operating position over the long term. That's a real difference when you're building something meant to last. Now, is sober living the right move for every Airbnb investor? No, but here's a simple filter. If your property has 3 to 6 bedrooms, is in a stable residential neighborhood, and sits in a market with real recovery housing demand, it's worth running the numbers. Compare your stabilized Airbnb NOI against a sober living pro forma. Beds times monthly rate times realistic occupancy. Not your best month. Stabilized numbers, month after month. For a lot of investors, doing that math honestly right now, sober living wins. If you want to understand how this model actually works, the operations, the referral pipelines, the financing, the real numbers, subscribe right now. We cover sober living real estate the way it actually gets done. And if you're ready to find out whether your property could work as a recovery residence, click the link in the description. The VSL team can help you run the comparison and map the conversion path. No guesswork, no fluff. Let's get to work.